get ready for the morning rush.
A quick wrap of your news and weather. We'll start with Kristen Curry. Kristen?
Yeah, we'll begin with our next big weather maker talking spotty to scattered storms favoring the northern and western portions of our state today. Some of these showers could be heavy and storm strong. Here in the metro, we'll go spot storms and even more isolated as we get into the eastern plains, but we have another round on the way for our Tuesday, and those rain chances actually stick with us for the next several days. Crystal?
And as you get ready to head out the door, we're following the day's top local stories. We start with Sarah Yingling.
Jury selection for one of Albuquerque's most high-profile cases starts today. Former APD officers Keith Sandy and Dominique Perez are facing murder charges for the killing of James Boyd in March of 2014. Recently, a judge also decided to deny testimony from a state expert who is set to testify about the police code of silence. A request to eliminate lesser charges that the former officers could be convicted of was also denied. What video jurors won't see coming up in the 5 Facts.
On to this developing story. The trial of accused cop killer Andrew Romero continues this morning. Last week, the court heard testimony from an off-duty paramedic who tried to save Rio Rancho police officer Greg Nigel Benner. Prosecutors said Romero was in the driver's seat when he fatally shot Benner as he approached. They also say Romero had the murder weapon and the key to the car when police caught him. Romero's then girlfriend, Tabitha Littles, will testify against Romero at some point during the trial.
U.S. leaders say terrorist threats are changing. The U.S. Attorney General says the greatest threat is no longer an organized group of foreigners like we saw 15 years ago. Now, she says it's the loner with a U.S. passport. What's more, they're younger. Attorney General Loretta Lynch says in the terrorism cases she's charged, half of the defendants are under 26 years old. She says a third are under 21. Considering how millennials are glued to their tablet or smartphone for internet, Lynch says it's easy for ISIS and ISIL to recruit and carry out instructions through social media. Adam?
Happening today, Donald Trump gives a speech in Baltimore in front of the National Guard Association of the U.S. and then heads to Asheville, North Carolina for an evening rally. This after taking a day off to pay tribute to the victims of the September 11th terror attacks. The latest CBS News Battleground Tracker poll shows the race tightening in Florida. Hillary Clinton holds just a 2-point lead there. In Ohio, Clinton has a 7-point lead.
New this morning, a new wildfire burning today in California. Now authorities are pointing the finger at one man. Investigators arrested 28-year-old Joshua Daniel Devani for starting the fire near Shasta Lake on Saturday. Deputies say they caught up with him after a wreck, and he admitted to drinking. Meanwhile, fire crews are still battling that 500-acre blaze, which has reportedly burned several homes.
Also breaking overnight, a fire early this morning at the Florida Mosque where the Pulse nightclub shooter Omar Mateen once attended. Firefighters say they were able to put out the blaze at the Islamic Center of Fort Pierce. Crews are not sure whether it was an arson or an accidental fire. They're not speculating whether this is related to the 15th anniversary of the September 11th attack.
Next month, water officials plan to discuss building a pipeline to bring drinking water from Colorado to northern New Mexico. The Farmington Daily Times says the San Juan County Water Commission could bring water from Lake Night Horse, that's near Durango. Water has not been pumped from the reservoir this year since it's fed by the Animas River, which was contaminated by last year's Gold King mine spill. The possible pipeline could cost up to $250,000.
You won't see medical marijuana producer Ultra Health at the fair this year. We told you about the trouble surrounding Ultra Health last week after its greenhouse was used to shoot a music video. The Albuquerque Journal reports the grower also entered a live pot plant into the New Mexico State Fair. It was removed Thursday after the health department said Ultra Health cannot show cannabis plants publicly. Officials are now looking into whether displaying the plant was also against the law.
On to news happening today. Restaurants from around the state will throw down to figure out who can grill up the best green chili cheeseburger. This year, 10 restaurants will compete. That does include last year's champ, Fuddruckers. Our very own Chad Brummett will lend his taste buds this year to help decide the 2016 champ. The contest gets underway later this afternoon in the Egg Building at Expo, New Mexico.
Looks good. We'll start with our Metro Threat Index at a 4 for today with some of those spot storms possible within the Rio Grande Valley. We'll be watching for some brief heavy downpours, gusty winds kicked out from the storms, as well as some frequent lightning, very similar to what we had unfold yesterday afternoon. Now, the timing of the cell, it's going to be an afternoon, evening event. I don't expect any of this to really hold on overnight, but expect the same kind of day tomorrow. Adam?
Some people in Illinois are waking up without homes this morning after tornadoes tore through parts of the state. The National Weather Service confirms 4 twisters touched down in Illinois over the weekend. They knocked out power, uprooted trees, and destroyed homes in the central part of the state. People in Kansas are also dealing with flooded homes today.
This morning, it remains unclear if 2 New York Giants will have to pay fines for wearing unsanctioned footwear to commemorate 15 years since the September 11th attacks. New York Giants Odell Beckham and Victor Cruz wore cleats showing the American flag in a tribute to FDNY. The NFL could fine the players $6,000 for wearing the patriotic cleats. Police unions around the country are now vowing to pay the fines if they're enforced.
On to this, a new report shows global air passenger traffic increased nearly 6.5% in 2015. That is the biggest gain since 2010. Atlanta Hartsfield-Jackson was ranked the world's busiest airport with more than 100 million passengers passing through last year, followed by Beijing, China. Chicago's O'Hare came in fourth.
On to this developing story. Tesla will update the autopilot software on its cars in just 2 weeks. That's what CEO Elon Musk announced Sunday. The company says the new software would have prevented a deadly crash in Florida 4 months ago. That's when a driver slammed into a tractor trailer that his autopilot did not identify. Tesla says the new system will rely more on radar instead of cameras. That's because traditional cameras may not work well in some lighting conditions.
Quick look at traffic as you get ready to head out the door this morning just before 7. We do have a slowdown that you'll need to know about. This is I-25 northbound and at Isleta, which is slowed to about 50 miles per hour. It's clear other than that across the metro. We'll let you know if any other trouble spots come up.
And finally, in our morning rush, we're still 7 weeks away from Halloween this morning, and a New Mexico haunted house is already preparing. Dragon's House of Horrors in Albuquerque holds the world record for being the longest at more than a mile long. Dragon's House of Horrors is still looking for volunteers. We posted everything you need to know on our website, KRQE.com. You going to sign up for that, Adam?
Absolutely not.
We've signed up for you, so you're all good.
We're all going together.
All right, time for the 5 facts.
Number 5 now. Some local therapy dogs are helping first responders feel a little less stressed on the job. Members of the Southwest Canine Corporation of Volunteers met with some of the first responders in Edgewood this weekend. Officers say moments like these help because every day is unpredictable.
Number 4, the Balloon Fiesta kicks off 2 weeks from Saturday. This year, pilots will have fewer options for landing sites. India Pueblo officials have made the decision not to let balloons land on their tribal land except in emergencies. Some pilots are worried because that decision blocks off much of the space to the north of Balloon Fiesta Park.
At number 3, temperature similar to yesterday leaves us at 85 this afternoon in downtown Albuquerque. Plenty of sunshine to start, but some spotty to scattered storms will fill in this afternoon, favoring northern and western New Mexico. Particularly the higher terrain will go spot storms here in the metro.
Number 2 now, presidential candidate Hillary Clinton will not appear at planned campaign events in California today and tomorrow. This comes after the Democratic nominee was seen being helped into a van during the 9/11 memorial in New York early yesterday because she felt ill. A doctor who examined Clinton says she was dehydrated and is suffering from pneumonia.
And number 1, jury selection scheduled to begin this morning in the murder trial of 2 former Albuquerque police officers. Keith Sandy and Dominic Perez shot and killed homeless camper James Boyd in 2014. When the trial does begin, jurors won't be seeing video after Boyd was shot. A judge ruled earlier this month that it should be excluded from the trial, saying it could be prejudicial and cause a jury to make a decision based on emotion. We'll report what happens in court, on air, and on the KRQE News app.
So coming up in just a few minutes, we have a unique story from an author, how he's trying to empower girls. So we're going to talk about that.
Much more on Fox New Mexico. KRQE This Morning continues there after this break. We'll see you on the other side in a moment.